I was going to try and sing Love Song for a Vampire by Annie Lennox, but then I thought to myself, I will never forgive me if I fuck that song up. So, you all just listen to the soundtrack of Dracula because that is a really good soundtrack. Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel, and today is book holiday. I am incredibly excited to show you some of the things that I've got, and so without further ado, let's get into it. Also, for the people that tell me that they really like to hear me sing on my book hauls, I'm not going to do it today. I have some allergies. We're not going to do that, but possibly in a video next to you soonish, we will see. So, book haul. So the first book that I got here is Stephen King's Mr. Mercedes, which is the first on the Mercedes trilogy? Mr. Mercedes trilogy? I have no fucking idea. This is a Portuguese version of it, and it was with an amazing discount, and my boyfriend was like, weren't you telling me that you wanted to read this? Here, get it. And I'm very excited since I've never read like this thrillerish side of King. Of course that King has a lot of thriller and horror mixed together, but I don't believe that I've particularly read any of his more thrillerish things. And I do know, or at least people have told me, that Billy Summers, his new release, has something to do with a character from the Mr. Mercedes universe. I do believe that Outsider, which is a book that I do own on the original version, is also related to the Mr. Mercedes trilogy. And since I like Easter eggs and understanding the plots and thematics and lines of the things, I really wanted to read this. There's also a series, a TV series, I believe. Don't know if that was canceled or not, or if it's still ongoing, but I also wanted to watch it since I like to watch the dumpster fire that most of King's adaptations are, with Mike Flanagan's adaptation excluded, and possibly the adaptation for Misery, which I don't know because I haven't seen, but Kathy Bates can do no wrong, so. But I was always saying I am very excited to read Mr. Mercedes, and I don't know, it's a thriller. I hope it's enjoyable. I don't really know a lot about it. I think it's a dude that kills people on a Mercedes and then goes the fuck away, which is pretty great. There's also a smiley face, which I attempted to recreate on my thumbnail, and I thought I missed. Then we have my beautiful, beautiful Waterstones exclusive edition of One for My Enemy by RWBY Blake. I don't even fucking know what this is about, but it's RWBY Blake. She's an autobiography author for me already, and I've only read the Atlas 6, okay? But the writing style, and I do believe that I've read something of hers a long, long time ago because I was following her on social media before, you know, all of the hype with her books. But yeah, I am so excited. This appears to be somewhat Romeo and Juliet based, but I would say that there are witches on it. I have no idea, but just the whole vibe of the cover is beautiful. It's an art cover edition, and it has sprayed edges in red and with flowers, and it has end pages with the main families. So I will assume that this is the family of our main girl because there's only girls, so I'm assuming that. And then this might be our main boy's family, I think. But they're just, the art style of this is fucking beautiful. I don't know. I'm just so happy, and I don't know if this comes signed. No, this one doesn't come signed, which is really sad because I had all of her books signed. And I thought this one came signed, but whatever, it's not important. I do have another book by RWBY Blake to read, and I couldn't be happier. Then another beautiful thing arrived in this house. So I participated in the giveaway, I don't know, like in February? I'm not sure. And it was about Gothic literature, and it kind of was like, leave us a phrase of why you enjoy Gothic literature, and if you win, you will win the book that you entered for. So there were many books, and I entered for Bloodborn by Stephanie Kamler, and I won it. I won it, and I was so happy. Stephanie herself sent the book to me by postal, And there was a lot of situations apparently to send books from the US to Portugal, which I mean, I kind of get. I'm so sorry that I caused her problems, but I cannot believe that Bloodborn is in my hands. If you're not paying attention, this is a vampire story, of course. And it says the Blood Mad Duet, Book 1. As the descendant of a centuries-old cult, Mina Coffin was never promised an ordinary life. The only things that kept her alive are drinking from open veins and keeping secrets. But truths dip from her lips like blood, and trust is a dangerous thing. Will falling in love with a man with killer instincts, being hunted by an ex-girlfriend with fangs, and a perilous accident threaten the peaceful life she built after years of turmoil? It will take a fight with her inner demons and the sacrifice of the ones who love her most to learn how strong she really is. Mina's journey is long and gory, but it's worth it, even if she needs a few daggers and a lot of blood to find out. And yes, yes, first of all, vampires. Second of all, gothic literature. Third of all, fucking yes to everything that I've just read. So I am so excited to read this. This is bigger than I thought, but also not regretting it in the slightest. Books that I got are the books that just came out in my abominable box club or book box club, whatever, for April, which I just received this month. And the first of it was kind of a disappointment, but at the same time it really wasn't, and that was The Shining by Stephen King. I have this book. I have read this book 2 or 3 times already. I don't have, however, an English version of this book, and this is a 77 copy of this book. I mean, probably extinct right now. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I'm still deciding it at the time of filming this video. Maybe at the time that this comes out, I already know if I'm keeping it or not, but it's beautiful copy. It's really beautiful. Then I got 2 other books on that same box that were incredible. So, were incredible, I don't know, because at the time I'm filming this, I haven't read them. So the first one is The Green Man of Eshwood Hall by Jacob Kerr. And apparently it's a folk horror novel. It's a hardcover edition. It's also pretty short. So I'm thinking about tackling this pretty soon. I am excited to see what it's about, and it says it's a first in a folk horror novel trilogy set in Northumberland, which is a mythical version of Northumberland, and that the second one is called The Wolf of Windale and is going to follow soonish. So if this was kind of a new release for April, then I should get it up to see if I'm interested in the second one. And then the last one of that box was Old Country, which is the one I'm most excited for. It says Your First Home Can Be a Nightmare, and it's by Matt Query and Harrison Query. And it's about these people, I don't know how many they are, that just move into this ranch that is isolated and perfect, and their neighbors are like miles away. But one day the neighbors go there and they're like, okay, you moved here, but this shit is haunted, the whole valley is haunted. And every season, shit will start to appear, and if you don't take measures, you'll all die. And the main people that we follow, I don't know how many they are, they're like, sure, shit, go the fuck away. But then spring rolled in, and the first sign of spirits appeared. And I'm so incredibly intrigued and excited to read this. I hope that I've already read this when I post this, but if not, you know, it sounds great, and it's a stonking great slice of American folk horror, according to the Daily Mail, and it is almost impossible to put down, according to The Guardian, which I don't give a fuck about these opinions, but you know, sounds great. Let's not entertain the hair, because that would be a mess all on its own, but I have some thingies here also to join the book haul, and let's show you some stuff from Free Comic Book Day first. So we have another Jeff Lemire, which is Fishflies. I am incredibly excited for this. Apparently this is going to be a 6-issue, gigantic issue miniseries, which means it's not going to be the same size as the other comics. I'm very excited. I've already told you here, I really like Jeff Lemire, and this is written and drawn by him, so I'm very excited. It's apparently about these fish flies that kill people? I don't know. Then also from Free Comic Book Day we have The Sacrificers. This is by Rick Remender and Max Fiumar and Dave McCagg. Looks great. It's about this fantasy world where there's like 4 quadrants, and each person, you know, each type of person that lives in the quadrants are different. There's a quadrant where people are birds, you know.
And each of the quadrants has to make a sacrifice. But the day that they arrive to the bird quadrant, apparently their sacrifice is gone, has died, and it's like, are you lying to protect someone, or is this actually real, and what is going to happen? And then we have an intriguing one, which is Hairball issue 1, and this is by Matt Kint, Taylor Jenkins, and Hilary Jenkins. And if you don't see here, like, this cute little kitten, this cute black kitten has a finger of a human that I am thinking that he was the one to take it away because there's a lot of blood. So it's kind of a horrific thing about a beautiful kitten from Satan. I don't know. But it was intriguing and really, really cute. And in the back of the comic, you can see that the cat has a normal eye, and then one of his pupils, instead of being like this, it's like laying down. It's very, very strange. It's the demon cat, and I had to. Then we have a new James Tynion the Fourth, which you all know. And that is called World Tree. Yeah, World Tree. So this is issue 1, and it's by Tynion, Blanco, Belair, and Bidicare. And it's apparently about a community of assassins that go, like, they function through the dark web. I'm not sure how this is going to be, but the art style of this looks beautiful, and I'm very, very excited for it. Then we have issue 1 of The Seasons Have Teeth, which is kind of curious. This is by Dan Waters, Sebastian Cabral, and Dan Jackson, and it's apparently a mini 4-issue series where each of the issues has to do with a spirit that has to do with each of the seasons, and this person probably has to stop them. I don't know, but harm can come to you in each of the different seasons, and you alone are responsible to not being killed. But it sounds exciting. I've got a book that's similar to this, so I'm very excited to see how they do it. Maybe I do a comparison of both of them in like a review. I don't know. Very excited. And then we have a supposed folk horror, which is The Neighbors, issue 1 and issue 2. Issue 1's cover is like, I want it like in a painting on my ceiling or on my walls or everything, and issue 2 is just fucking disturbing. But apparently this is by Jude Ellison S. Doyle, Letizia Cardonici, and Alessandro Santoro, and it's supposed to be folk horror. I'm not sure if this girl is the folk horror or if she has something to do or if she was just contaminated by it. I don't know, but it's kind of like goth and folky in nature, you know. It's pretty cool. I really like it. It has a lot of witchy vibes. Then we have RWBY, DC RWBY by Bennett Lee and Louise, issue 3. I have already shown you this on last month's haul. Wow. I couldn't say it. I'm excited for this. I should be getting on to reading it, but I haven't yet. Then we have issue 6 of Batman and Joker, The Deadly Duo, and this fucking art. This fucking art is gorgeous, and I can't believe that I haven't read this yet. And this is by Mark Silvestri and Arif Prianto, and my god. And then another great Joker cover is The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, issue 7, by Rosenberg, Katie, DiGiandomenico, Robson, Fajardo Jr., and Hi-Fi, which Hi-Fi? I haven't heard of this person yet, but Joker is doing a power move here on top of a ceiling, and we love it. Sexualizing the Joker, everyone. Then for the manga, we have 2226 by Tatsuki Fujimoto, before Chainsaw Man. So these are like a bunch of short stories that he has written from his 22 years to his 26, you know, and his works before he getting known and doing like all of these serialized things. So they are short stories, and they appear to be very well drawn and interesting. I have the first one there, the one where it is from 17 to 21, so I'm very excited to binge them both and see what I think. And then we have another, which is very curious, and it is My Alcoholic Escape from Reality. This is by, who is this person? Nagata Kabi. And this is apparently about based like on her life, and it says Nagatakabi's downward spiral is getting out of control. She can't stop drinking to soothe the ache of reality. After suffering from unbearable stomach pains, she goes to a clinic where she's diagnosed with pancreatitis and is immediately hospitalized. A new chapter unfolds in Nagatakabi's life as she struggles to find her way back to reality and manga creation in the wake of her breakdown. So apparently it has a lot to do with this person's breakdown and her struggles with mental health and also addiction. I'm very excited from a psychologist perspective to actually read this and see, what I feel about it. The art is very original. Don't know what I'll think about it, but it's intriguing. Then we have one of my favorite things in the world that I haven't seen in a long, long time, and that is Tokyo MewMew. This is volume 1, but it is the omnibus, so it has the first and second, as you can see, inside, and I love Tokyo MewMew so much. Like, you have no idea. I have my magical girl love, my magical girl face, and it hasn't gone away. So in Tokyo MewMew, it's a bunch of girls that are given the power of animals. So in this main character's case is a cat, because you can see she gets a tail and some ears and stuff, and they get the powers of that animal to fight evil, and I'm very excited to read the manga. This is just so cute and beautiful. I hope I can get the rest of them. Then I have the final volume of Dededede, Dead Demons Dededede Destruction, which is volume 12. This is by Inyo Asano, one of my favorite mangakas. The problem with this is that I don't have volume 11, so I can't binge them all, but that'll be fixed, hopefully. I just think it didn't came to the store. But yeah, very excited this one is over, like 12 volumes of this. And I'm very happy that I have the pleasure of reading and seeing his beautiful art and just know about the story a little bit more. I also got the deluxe edition of The Girl from the Other Side, Sulerun by Nagabe. This is the third volume. I have currently the first and now the third. I have to get my hands on the second one, but just look at it. It's just, this is more like an art style thingy that I'm going to maintain with me for a long time. I don't even know if I don't think I'm going to read it through here, because it's painful to even think of opening this up, but I love The Girl from the Other Side. I haven't finished it yet because I was like, I'm going to feel so much pain when I end this. The art style is beautiful. This person has it all: narration, art style, everything. And these art cover editions are just from the other world, really. So yeah, I have to get my hands on the second one. There's bound to be one more, since this one only collects volumes 7, 8, and 9, and then we'll have 10, 11, and the 12th one that isn't really a 12th one, but it's like a 12th one. An extra. So, very, very happy for this. Very, very happy. Then we have volumes 3, 4, and 7 of Inyo Asano's Goodnight Punpun. I have the complete collection. I am amazed. I never thought there was a time when these stopped coming. Oh look, this is the end Punpun. Where these stopped coming, and I was like, I will never, ever be able to do that collection. But here we are. The collection is complete. The rest of them are right there. So I'm going to redo the shelves to put these in, and I'm so excited. So you guys have no idea. Inyo Asano, he has this art style that just marvels. Then we have volume 4 of Momo the Blood Taker, and this cover, this is by Akira Sugito, and I've only read the first volume. I've made a review for that, actually. But I have the second and third to read, and I was supposed to have read it already, but things got in the way. Readathons happened, life happened, PhD happened, and I haven't read them, so I'm a bit late, but now I can add this 4th one and just get into the party because I'm going to read it very, very much. Then we have an interesting volume 1, which is Coffee Moon, and this is by Moshito Bota, and The cover of this is really pretty. I have already seen this in a while and I was like, this sounds good. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day, I think. Um, the back of it doesn't say anything. It says drip, drip, drop. The hands run round the clock. Today's my lucky day because it is my birthday. Same routine, 1033 times. Nothing changes until my best friend Danae remembers. Together, can we reach a new tomorrow, or will we be stuck in another today? Clock, rain, light, tenebrism, syzygy, extremists, time balance, rap routine, friend. It's a Groundhog Day thing. The art on the inside looks really pretty. Kind of looks a little bit dark. Excited. Very excited. Expect a review soon. Then we have something that matches my nails. Tombs by Junji Ito. This is the next hardcover edition of Junji Ito's the collection of short stories, and it says, fresh nightmares brought to you by horror master Junji Ito, countless tombstones stand in rows throughout a small community, forming a bizarre tableau. What fate awaits a brother and sister after a traffic accident in this town of the dead? In another tale, a girl falls silent, her tongue transforms into a slug. Can a friend save her? Then, when a young man moves to a new town, he finds the house next door has only a single window. What does this grotesque neighbor want, calling out to him every night from that lone window? And more, you know. I really like the spine of it. It's pretty cool. It's like green lime, which matches my nails. And, you know, it's Junji Ito, so expect a review soon. I will give this my full attention and priority. Ooh, I'm already seeing really gross things, so excited. And then we have this precious thing, which is another episode SO. This is by Yukito Hayatsuji, and the manga is by Hiro Kiyohara. This is a novel, and then it has the manga at the end. So if you don't know, I really love Another. I'm not going to tell you what this is about because this is like part of a series, so you would have to know the original series. So Another is a really amazing manga series about this classroom that is haunted by a person that died in it, and so they always have to leave an empty room for the ghost of that person that doesn't know it's dead, and people don't know that is the ghost. So if you have one student more than you were supposed to have, people start dying to make room for the ghost. And the great thing about this is that I have not read the novelization, but it started as novelization by one of the most known like mystery authors in Japan, and then they made the manga, which are only four volumes. I have like the omnibus edition, and the animation. I loved both of them, but I never read the original novelization, and I have got in another book haul like the sequel to the original novelization, and I think that this is like a prequel. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a prequel. It's a prequel to the original. So, you know, I can't talk a lot about it, but these covers, I die. I die. I'm so happy.